Hey, my fellow hustlers, we're back with another episode. I just want to thank everybody for the support that y'all show, the comments, the shares, reaching out to me. I appreciate y'all. And today we have an awesome episode. We got Brit Nicole. She's a professional speaker and photographer. How are you doing today,
I'm
Brit?
doing fantastic.
That's good. We finally made it happen.
I mean, third time's charm.
There is. Yeah. You were sick, and then we had our schedule, but
Yep.
we're making it happen.
Yeah, I still feel a little sickly. I hope I don't sound too manly right now.
There's a lot of that going on, right?
I don't
Schools
know.
and that's
I
what I
don't
hear.
know.
That's-
I'm over it.
That's what I hear. But let's jump right into it. So you're a professional speaker,
I am.
right?
Yes.
Let's talk about that. How did that get started, and
Ooh.
what is it that you do?
Yeah. How did it get started? That's wonderful. So I don't know your religion or anything, but I am Christian, and so my whole story is based upon where I feel like God is calling me and stepping into that in confidence and running just straight into what He has for me. It started off 19 years ago whenever I opened up a photography business, and during this time, I was really young, just graduated high school. It feels like oh my gosh, it's my 20-year anniversary.
Oh, it's coming up.
I am so old. Anyways, started doing it straight out of high school and found the niche that I really, really loved. Well, kind of being around the Bible Belt and stuff, kind of feel like back then, if you weren't married by the time that you were 18 or 20, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I ended up marrying this guy that I wasn't supposed to be with. I knew that he wasn't meant for me.
Okay.
And during this time, I wasn't allowed to have any jobs. I couldn't do my photography. People actually weren't even allowed to come over to the house.
They weren't able to visit
No, not even my family.
because of him. He
Yeah,
wasn't.
like
Okay.
I had to solely depend on him for everything. This is really, really odd looking back now of like, Brittany, what was your deal?
Yeah.
But like, I wasn't even allowed to go into the garage.
Wow.
It was padlocked.
That don't sound good.
Dude, right? Okay. But yeah, I know. I know looking back now. But one night, like, just things did not end up well, and he ended up throwing me up against the wall and choking me, and he asked me like, well, where is your God now? And I'm like,
Wow.
okay, this is not where I saw my life going. For the rest of I never saw myself in this position. I always saw me as a successful person, having a wonderful family, and I wasn't living that life at that point.
Yeah.
So the next day, whenever he went to work, I left. I grabbed my stuff and I left. And I vividly remember sitting in this house, the house that I was in before I married him. And I just felt completely broken. Like, he literally stripped me of... I didn't know who Brittany was anymore.
Yeah.
It's like I was being told of who Brittany should be. And I didn't know who I was anymore. It's like I didn't know how to function.
Yeah.
And because I didn't have any money, like, I had friends that had to buy my groceries for that month.
You should rely on him.
Yeah.
That's.
It sucked really bad. But I journal a lot because I'm very creative. I have a very creative mind, and God speaks to me through that creativity, especially like in dreams and stuff like that. So I remember journaling and just like, what am I supposed to do with my life? Like, I know that I'm supposed to do something with photography, but I can't make money in photography. What are you talking about? Like, nobody makes money.
You don't even think it's possible.
Yeah. And God he specifically told me, like, if you do this the right way, which was like getting divorced at the time, like during the divorce proceedings of me filing and stuff like that, like, I'm still legally married, so I'm still going to honor that type thing. Like, if I do this the right way, he's going to give me back tenfold of what I lost. That was taken away from me. That was out of my control. And he did within the first 4 months just 4 months. I was able to generate $20,000 in my photography business.
Wow.
And I was like, okay.
That's pretty cool.
What?
Yeah, you're like, I got
like,
this.
Okay, yeah. Like, he literally brought me the clients and instilled like the knowledge of how to go out and market and do all of these things. Like I'm self-taught in photography.
Yeah.
And that snowballed into like this incredible business of Brit Nicole being a wedding photographer.
Okay.
I've always loved love,
Yeah, yeah.
all that stuff, whatever. So during that time, everything that I do is intentional within my client industry type stuff. I want my clients to have the best experience
For sure.
possible, like no matter what.
Yeah.
And I remember asking my brides, like, what is your most memorable or favorite thing that happened at your wedding day today? And there were some people that, mind you, I'm shooting like guests that are weddings that have guest count of like 300 to 400. So these are big
That's
weddings,
a lot,
okay?
Yeah.
And they would come to me and say, they actually wouldn't tell me what they loved about it. It would be complaining of, I didn't get time to sit and talk with my grandma, or we didn't have time to actually eat the meal that we paid $3,000 to feed everyone. And it kind of made me sad.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not really digging these large weddings. Like they're not intentional for me. It's just a way to make money.
Yeah.
It doesn't speak soul to me. So I remember one day in worship service, God had given me this vision that I'm standing off of this cliff with this bride and groom, and it's just us. Like there's no one else around.
Yeah.
I'm photographing them saying their vows to each other in the most amazing location, and I'm like, can people actually do this?
Yeah.
Is this a thing?
Yeah.
Can people get married by themselves in really cool places? So about 8 or 9 years ago, I started doing destination adventure elopements, which I got ordained, and I take my clients to places like, example, like Iceland. If they wanted incredible photos, we would go out there and I would be the one to legally marry them.
Yeah,
and
you can do it and then do the pictures after that.
Exactly.
That's
and
awesome.
It's just an incredible experience. So I planned the whole entire day for them of just adventures all throughout. And that's what they have for their wedding day now.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
it's
really
incredible.
Awesome. Well, first I'm glad you got out of that situation.
Yeah.
It looks like you're doing great now. And I've seen you on social media, like I said earlier, those events that you do, things like that.
Yeah.
But the motivation, the professional speaking, is that just for women, or is it you do multiple men, women, all that stuff?
Yeah. So the motivational speaking came in after after a very hardship of scaling the photography business. I had employees, okay, and it's very hard having employees. I don't know if you've ever experienced
I've
that,
had some
but
people that
it is
take care of.
it is very, very difficult managing people, and I found that I work really well when I'm speaking life into people, and I've just always been able to have that ability of really diving into someone's heart and being able to like lift up their spirits and help them walk confidently into their calling. And the reason I brought up the past employees is I kind of did that during their employment when it should be like, working and stuff like that, and whenever one certain employee actually ended up leaving, it almost bankrupted the Brit Nicole business.
Wow.
Because whenever she left, she had actually taken 16 years worth of intellectual property with her, on top of over 66 federal infringements that were counted against her.
Wow.
So 2 cease and desist didn't work, and I actually ended up having to federally sue her.
Dang.
And in order to do that, I had to let go of my whole entire staff.
Wow.
And
how many staff members did you have at that point?
I had 5.
5.
Yeah, they were placed throughout the U.S. It was the hardest thing I'd ever gone through in my life.
Yeah.
Ever. Wow. It was horrific because it seeped into my personal.
Yeah.
My kids felt it.
Yeah.
So, I knew that I was supposed to be stepping out of the photography industry even before that happened.
Yeah.
And it was really placed on my heart to start speaking life into people, which is where the motivational part came in. And I don't think that if I didn't go through that federal lawsuit and that breaking me, like that stripped me of everything down to my core.
I would think so. Yeah, that's crazy.
I still have times where I'm just like,
to feel it.
Yeah, I really
You're getting
do.
emotional
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. I mean, because it was awful.
Yeah.
It was horrific.
Yeah.
But if I hadn't gone through that, I don't think that I would have had the chance to have the courage to step out to start doing my motivational speaking. I would still be just doing photography.
Yeah.
And so it is geared mainly more towards females because I'm a female.
You want to empower them. And,
yeah,
that's
like what it felt like for me stepping out of the domestic abuse was it was bad. I wished that I would have had somebody that I could like leech off of their energy of
sure.
empowerment type thing. So I had to figure it out myself. And I don't want people to figure it out themselves. Like
Now they got you.
Yeah. Now they got me.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. How long? So what's the biggest group that you've spoken in front of?
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.
And is it just here in Amarillo? Or
no, it is not. Yeah. So, so the very first one that we did in Amarillo was this January.
The one that I was talking about?
The Unstoppable SheEO Summit. And the crazy cool part about it is whenever we did it at the Cactus Cove, like they told us you could only have like 200 people within a certain area.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
That's
like
a lot of people.
Yeah. Like, am I able to like, it's my first event.
Yeah.
Like, who the crap is going to want to come and listen to me or these other people? Like, whatever. And we sold out.
Wow. 200 people?
Yeah.
And just women, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was crazy cool.
That's where I saw you because our old teachers from Wheeler came and they posted pictures and stuff.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
It seemed like a good event.
It was incredible. Like, I felt so at home being up on stage.
Yeah.
Like, watching people cry is like...
Oh, wow.
I love watching people cry.
What's a bunch of females in there?
I know, exactly. Maybe that's why I like speaking to females. Like, if I can get emotionally connected with you, then I know that I have your attention.
Exactly. No, that's cool. And then after that, and then where else do you talk at? Speak at?
Yeah, so I'm hired to go anywhere. I went to California to speak at a photography summit, which was really freaking cool. We are currently planning a Dallas
nice.
summit right now, and we have a Scottsdale retreat that just opened that will house 8 people, and it's a very, I don't want to say intense, but for women who are really wanting to break free from that mental mindset and live in their true freedom calling, this is going to be for them.
That'd be dope. And you said it's Scottsdale?
In Scottsdale, yeah, it's in October.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I feel like you give that good energy.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's awesome. And I'm sure that's how it feels when you're on stage and you're presenting. The speakers, is it just you or like here, was it just you or a couple other ladies?
No, whenever we did the one here in January, I had Ginger Nelson and Stephanie Tucker, who is also from Wheeler.
Yeah, she's Coach Tucker's wife.
Yes.
Coach.
Yeah. And then Deanna Holcomb.
Okay.
She's a mortgage lender.
I think I know who she is.
Her story was like overcoming addiction and being one of the top sought out lenders in Texas.
Oh, so each person had their own little testimony.
Yes. So Ginger's was, hers was like how to being grateful in the really hard times. Like I didn't know Ginger previously to any of this. And
she used to be a mayor, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
that's all I know.
She's a former mayor. Same. That's all that I knew from her. Right. Yeah. And I sat down and had lunch with her to get to know her because I wanted to scout her as a speaker. And oh my gosh, like she made me cry.
Oh,
I'm the one used to like making people other cry. She made me cry because her story is all about not only being in the public eye and people disagreeing with you, like people are mean
I've heard some
if
crazy
you are
stuff.
in the public eye, like straight up mean. I don't know if I'd be able to handle that.
Politics.
Oh, no.
You never thought about it?
Crap, no. I am not the people's choice. But like her overcoming cancer and still being grateful. Yeah, she had cancer throughout her
term. Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't get too much into politics, but
neither do I.
I just hear people talk crap and the good things and the bad things.
Yep.
But it seems like most of the time there's a lot of more bad than good.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think a lot of people focus on the bad because that's what we're so used to. Like if I were to ask you, hey, how was your day? Most people are going to say, oh, well,
They're going to
So
complain
is it
about something.
something? It is rare that you come across somebody today of like, hey, how was your day? Oh my gosh, it was
it's great.
amazing. Like,
I did this, and that.
exactly. Like, we're not used to the positive energy. We're used to everything being so gloomy and doomy.
Yeah. I think it's too about being grateful. You know, a lot of people wake up and they're not grateful. Like you wake up, you're already better than most people. There's people dying every day. So that's why I like to talk positivity too, and watch a lot of videos, but it's hard for me. I'm not used to that yet. But that's kind of something I want to get into because I like to be positive. I want to help people out. I want to because I grew up hard. I had a hard life. So I kind of want to do that the same for other people.
Yes.
That's kind of what I want to do later on.
So
But
you
I'm just
find it
still
a little
growing.
difficult to find positivity every day?
No, to speak it because I'm not
Okay.
good at speaking.
Okay.
I'm even doing this, but
Yeah.
I still struggle. But I'm trying to get better at public speaking and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you do to help you with public speaking?
So with public speaking, that just comes naturally to me.
Yeah?
I don't really get nervous leading up to it because I have the business hat on.
Oh,
But
okay.
like, I'm not gonna lie, like a few minutes before, I'm like, oh, my tummy hurts. Like,
Yeah.
oh gosh,
And
not
especially
now.
like 200 people, I would be sweating.
I mean, I feel like the more people, the easier it is for me.
You think so?
I do.
Did you just focus like on the lights, or do you actually look at people?
I look at people.
Yeah.
I like to make things a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because if you can make
They feel
people
it
out
more.
of their comfort zone, exactly. Like you're there to make movement, and you can't make movement unless you are forcing people out of their comfort zone.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So you're speaking and stuff. Do you? How do you get like? How do you know what to present to people? Is it always the same thing or?
Yes and yes and no.
Yeah.
It depends on. So if I'm being hired for an event, they're
Okay.
going to tell me like what the event is about and what they need from it. And then I'll kind of know what to dive
What to
into.
talk about and stuff.
But the Unstoppable SheEO itself, it's all about like motivation and empowerment and showing you like your past doesn't define you. You can be this incredible, powerful person that you are now.
Sure.
Here is how you access it.
How do you access it?
So it's when it starts off whenever you wake up.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have issues when they wake up. They're automatically thinking about, oh crap, I have like all of this to do today and all of this happened yesterday, and they're carrying that negative energy that has happened to them in the past into the future with them, which doesn't serve them.
Yeah.
Your mind is literally there. So what a lot of people have a hard time doing is imagining themselves where they actually want to be because they don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
So if you're someone who's wanting to, I don't know, let's just say you want a different job, you want something that is higher level, maybe pays more,
Yeah.
but you actually don't believe that you're worth that. Well, one, that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay. But whenever you stop and you're thinking and you're really into yourself, you have
Yeah.
to let yourself go. You have to get out of your own head and just think nothing, because a lot of people have those tabs, boom, 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 boom,
Negative
coming
thoughts,
up in
yeah.
their head, and their environment, there's so many people around them. You don't need that job. There's no way that you would be able to get that. Or if you make that, there's no way you can make that type of money.
Yeah.
You have all those people come into your head, and it's just constantly like 500 podcasts going off,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And what you have to do is you have to just silence yourself and let yourself feel being in your body. And you have to do breathing exercises through some of this, like for me. But
Is that something you do?
Yes,
Yeah.
like for me, words of affirmation didn't work because my body was stuck in fight or flight mode, and a lot of people have that.
Yeah.
And so in order for me to get past that, I had to do a lot of like nervous system resets. And I fully believe people who wake up and do those type of resets and do meditation, or even just like waking up thinking positive,
Yeah.
it is going to change the rest of your day.
For
If
sure.
you literally picture yourself being in that job and walking as that person, your body doesn't know the difference.
Yeah.
It doesn't know if it's real or not. So it's already going to put out that energy,
I was
and
about
it's
to
going
say,
to attract that energy to you.
it's all about energy.
And it is. And once that energy starts attracting to you, you're going to be able to start living the life that you want to live. But if you're waking up every day like, oh,
gotta
woe
go to
is
work.
me, I'm the victim of everything, that's what you're going to attract every single day. And you won't change it because you can't get out of your comfort zone.
That's so true. I was actually listening to something this morning. I forgot by who, but I like to listen to that while I'm at the gym. And that's what they say. You got to wake up. Don't be negative. Be positive. Don't snooze your alarm. You're already losing if you're snoozing your alarm.
Yeah.
Wake up with good energy and just be positive.
Yeah.
That energy will transfer throughout the day.
Yep. And like you said, everything is energy.
Exactly.
Like even money is energy.
Exactly.
So if you have a money block of mindset of anything of like, oh my gosh, I can't charge this, or you're not worthy enough of something, that type of connection of energy is never going to find you. It's going to keep bypassing you, and it's going to attach itself onto other people.
For sure.
And you're going to be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like, why can't I experience
I
that?
have my-
Well, it's because of you.
Yeah.
You're the one standing in your way.
Yeah. What does your routine look like in the mornings?
Oh gosh. So I have 2 small children.
How old are they?
Yes, I am married. Have a 7-year-old and a soon-to-be 10-year-old.
Oh, okay. Those are good ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first time being a mom, so I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
But I wake up and get them ready for school, and my husband Colby takes them to school. And honestly, like whenever he leaves, I go back and I lay in bed until about 8 o'clock, and that's whenever, like between 8 and 9 is my time to just fully decompress, because when I wake up, I feel that anxiety hit. Like I'm a very anxious person.
Yeah.
I feel it hit and I'm like, I can't do that today. If I want to be productive, if I want to be empowering, if I want to be who I want to be in this life, I cannot allow myself to slip back into these things. So that hour to myself truly gives me the time to just decompress and to feel it and to absorb that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What would you recommend to people that don't have that drive to wake up? And I'm big at the gym. I like to go to the gym, and I feel amazing throughout the day. If I don't go, I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? What do you recommend for people because there's a lot of people out there that work 8 to 5 jobs and they hate it. They hate it. Like, what's something they could do different to change that environment or what they're going through?
Oh, I love that.
They feel like they're stuck. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that I know that are like that.
Well, they are stuck, but the reason that they're stuck is because of them.
Because of them, right?
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah. Like your environment can't change unless you change.
For sure.
Well,
how does someone get started though? Like, it's easy to say, right? But whenever you're in that position to where you don't have, maybe you're depressed or you don't have energy, like, how does someone get that out of their head?
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard, right?
But the first step is, one, to acknowledge that you don't want to be there anymore. Because a lot of people, you get complacent.
Yeah.
And you can't move forward when you're complacent.
Sure.
So if you are that person that finds yourself like, I'm not living the life where I want to be, I don't have the job that I want, everybody else seems to be getting everything in life that they want, someone else is making more money, someone else is happier in their marriage, like, why can I not have these good things? And it slips you into depression. It gives you a lot of anxiety. The best thing I can tell you, because I know if I sit here and say, you're worth it, you're good, like all you got to do is just get up and go. Like that's a load of crap. That's not true, because your body, if you are feeling that depression and anxiety, your body, you're working on your fight or flight system. Yeah. And words of affirmation aren't going to work on you. You have to get yourself reset in order for your brain to click and be like, okay, I need to rest. I'm okay. I'm safe. Nothing is wrong. I'm not being harmed. I don't need to run away from anything right now. And what has helped me in the past, where I feel like I could not even get out of bed, I didn't want to do anything. Yeah. Just go stand outside.
That's a good start.
Literally, all I did was just go stand outside and be a lizard in the sun. Yeah. And just allow that energy and that heat to just seep into me, because it was calming. Yeah. I didn't have my phone. Like, that's another thing. If you find yourself in that position, stop doom scrolling. That makes it worse. all you're doing is just comparing yourself to other
To other-
people.
you
Like,
see
what
other
is the
people
point of
come
that?
up and
Yeah, like, why do that to yourself?
Yeah.
Put your freaking phone away and focus on you.
Yeah.
Where do you want to be?
Yeah.
How do you get there?
That's true.
Well-
I just feel like a lot of people have excuses,
Yes, they
especially the lazy people. I see people at the gym. There's this lady. I go to town club. She has one leg, and then
do. You calling this lady out?
well, I don't know her name, but she's a motivation to me.
Yeah.
Because she's there every morning, and she swims, and I just hear her walking out with one leg. She has a little, I don't know. It's not a fake leg, but like a stick. But I'm like, if she can do it, other people that are
Yeah.
healthy, they have all their limbs. Why aren't they doing it? Like,
I think it has a lot to do with knowing your ability to do stuff. A lot of people have to hit rock bottom before they realize you actually can't go any further.
yeah,
Like, do I want to stay here or do I want a change? And it also depends upon your environment. Like,
that's true.
do you have people that are coming around? Like, for me, whenever I left that abusive situation, I had people surrounding me that they're like, what do you need? What can I do for you? All of these things being there for me. Now, had I not had that support system, I truly don't know if it would have been as easy for me to have healed from that.
Yeah, for sure. Support system's important.
Yeah, it is.
It's good to have someone around you that's gonna be there to help you out in whatever you need.
It is also just as important to silence the negative people.
The negative, even if it's family.
Oh,
How do you feel about that?
well, I feel very strongly. I kind of grew up in a negative household.
Okay.
My mom does have a fearful spirit of things, and it's just how she was raised and her environment and stuff like that. And I had to learn as an adult, not as a child, but as an adult, to set those boundaries. Like, I feel my energy being drained from people who are just constantly negative.
Yeah.
And just constantly speaking of, well, I can't do this because of XYZ, or I'm sick constantly because of whatever. Like, you're constantly saying these negative things and it is draining me.
Yeah.
We have to set boundaries, not only for ourselves, but if you have children, do you truly want that to be that environment to be embodied around your children? I don't think that you do.
No.
Like,
You
it is
shouldn't.
literally, it is literally up to you to break that and to speak the life and affirmation to watch your children grow and thrive. But to me, even if it's family, you have every right to protect your own energy and your own heart and to walk the path that is meant for you. Because what makes those other people scared and naysaying is because they're the ones that are scared to do it.
Yeah.
It's not something that they would do.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, if they do get stuck, the kids grow up to be in that environment too. It's a generational. What am I trying to say?
Generational curses.
Yes. Yeah. You gotta beat that. You know what I'm saying? Especially us Hispanics, it's tough. Like, our parents, he knows, it's tough. It's really tough. So we grew up a certain type of way, and we just got to get away from that.
Yeah.
And it's hard because, I mean, Hispanics, we love the family and all that stuff, but I've seen some crazy situations.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, what does money mean to you?
Freedom.
Freedom?
To me, money is a tool that allows us to live without weight on our shoulders. And then also, it is a tool for us to show our children the same exact life that you can possibly live. Like, you don't have to constantly live from paycheck to paycheck.
For sure. That's tough, living paycheck to paycheck.
It is.
Yeah. I've always thought I've made it whenever I can go to a restaurant and not look at the price.
Yeah.
That was my goal in life.
Yeah. Add the queso, add the guac.
Like, give me an appetizer. I'm not drinking water now. And then not look at the price. For real, that's what I thought. Growing up, that's what I thought. Anything after that is just a bonus now.
I love that so much.
I should make a shirt or something that says that. It's pretty cool.
I made it. I got queso.
I got queso. Yeah, that's cool. What about you? So let's talk a little bit about you. Where did you grow up? Are you originally from here? Or?
No, I grew up in Dumas.
Dumas. Let me do this little sound.
Oh my god.
Dumas, Dumas.
Dumas.
Anyways. No, so you grew up in Dumas.
I did.
How did you end up in Amarillo?
I knew that I didn't want to stay there. Yeah, I am not a small town person. No, I did not enjoy the surroundings.
Yeah.
So after I actually enrolled myself in a self-paced program my senior year, I begged the principal, hey, can you enroll me in this certain school where pregnant teenagers actually went?
Oh, wow.
And he said yes.
So you could get done faster?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
I would get on a bus every freaking day, and I went to Fritch, Texas.
Oh, good old Fritch.
Good old Fritch. And it was a school called Champs, and it was.
Is it still
self-paced.
around?
No, I don't think so. But self-paced program, and I was done with school within that month, and I moved to Amarillo before I even walked graduation with my class, and started doing the stuff that I wanted to do in Amarillo, and then I quickly decided I really want to be a photographer. So I Googled.
That's when you started doing that?
Yeah. So I Googled best wedding photographers in the U.S. and, a few people came up, and I called one up and I said, hey, I want to come intern under you. What do I need to do?
Awesome.
So I moved to Dallas.
So that was your college, basically?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
How do you feel about college? Do you think it's necessary?
No, not at all.
Right?
I remember my parents really talking with me of at least go to college, go the 2 years, go for it, whatever, just do something. And I vividly remember this conversation with my dad. I told him, I will waste your money.
Waste your money.
I will waste your money because they offered to pay for my college. Like, thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to waste your money because one, I'm not a school person. That's not how I learn. You can't sit here and teach me on this drawing board or tell me to open a book. Like, I am a hands-on, I need to learn and physically see these things with me doing it. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. So went to, I was enrolled in AC and like maybe for 2 months. I was like,
I'm out.
Peace. Like, this is not for me. I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
I'm not about wasting time.
Yeah. So it's not necessary to be successful.
Oh my gosh, no.
Why do the schools hammer that to students?
My honest opinion?
Yes.
I think it dates all the way back to whenever we started the Industrial Revolution within America. So especially like whenever cars were starting to be built, they were having the warehouses and industry coming up. And I believe that people are taught to go to school so that they can conform. Yeah. That is, especially like if you go to school now, like, do you truly, honest to God, need 8 hours? As a child, like if you're an 8-year-old, do you really freaking need 8 hours to sit there?
That's a lot.
And pencil push and do all of the, do you honestly need that?
I don't think so.
No, you don't. Like even overseas, like their school systems are not as long. Yeah. And I truly, to my core, believe that we are training workers. Yeah. So I think that is why people are pushing colleges so hard and so much is because these big industries need soldiers. They need workers.
That's so true. I never thought about that. And then the things they teach you, well, I don't remember anything I learned in school, honestly.
Right.
Like the history and all that stuff. I don't remember nothing. Math maybe helped me a little bit. I did learn English. I didn't know English when I got here from Mexico.
Really? How old were you?
I was 8.
Oh, no way. What was that like?
I remember, so I brought a knife to school my first day. They told me I couldn't do that. And then my first word I learned was apple because I went to ESL, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, and I just learned, it took me about a year, I think, maybe 2 years. And it was hard. I mean, it's funny now that I think about it, going back, it sounds like people were just mumbling at me. Yeah. Or they were talking about me. But it was good. I mean, I got to learn that. But everything else, I don't remember. Yeah. Math, history, or any of that stuff. Yeah. I feel like they should teach more like credit on that stuff. How to be an entrepreneur. Like,
oh my gosh.
LLCs, all that stuff. I wonder why they don't do that.
Again, I think it just goes back to, the agenda of why school originally started.
In my opinion, I think teachers are underpaid. Yeah. That's why they don't.
I would not be able to do it.
Exactly. Some don't even try. Mm-mm. I mean, they're getting paid $50,000, $60,000, and they're like, I'm just going to make my money and go home. Yeah. That's how I feel.
I mean, to be honest with you, if I was young and I thought that I wanted to be a teacher
Mm-hmm.
and I fully went through it and I had college debt to pay off or whatnot, and I felt stuck being a teacher, I'm be first to admit I don't think I would be emotionally attached. I think I would be drained
Yeah.
and be there for the paycheck, clock in, clock out, go home.
For sure. That's crazy. Yeah. What does Brittany do for fun?
Oh, that's a great question.
Do you have time to do fun?
I love to travel.
Travel.
That renews my soul. I
Does it?
love trips.
Where's one of your favorite spots that
Oh
you've
my
gone?
gosh. My most favorite spot, I have two of them. The very top one is going to be Iceland.
Iceland.
Yeah, like I know it sounds bougie, like
Mhm.
Brittany
Oh,
went to
she's
Iceland,
bougie.
ooh, whatever. But the environment there is
Mhm.
crazy cool. The second that you get off the plane, like people aren't jerks, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's a change of pace, but there were literally children, like my kids' age, by themselves riding their bike in cities, taking themselves to school.
Wow.
And there are even like little I don't want to say like parking lots, but whenever you go up to like a restaurant or a grocery store or even a coffee shop,
Yeah.
before you walk in, like on the sidewalk, there's like little sections for people to put their strollers. Now, in America,
You couldn't do that.
like we want to take the strollers in there with us because what's going to happen? Someone's going to steal
Steal it,
something,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Guess what's in these strollers? Babies.
Baby. They leave the babies?
They leave the babies.
Wow.
Babies are left in the strollers outside a special stroller parking area.
And then they go in?
They go in, they have their coffee, they go eat.
That's
they
awesome.
yeah, they go grocery shopping. Like it is,
Wow.
there's not crime there. Like it is complete night and day difference of what their environment is compared to ours.
Yeah.
And even just the landscaping alone, I was like, this has to be what heaven is like. It is incredible.
Yeah.
So I felt
when
like
did you
it
go
touched
over
my
there?
soul.
How long has it been?
Like 2 years.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
What other spots do you like to go to?
I love Alaska.
Alaska.
Alaska's
So
one of my favorites.
Have you been to every country yet or no?
Oh gosh, no, not every country.
A lot?
No, well, yeah. Barbados is a third. I love Barbados. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you love to travel. Do
I
you take
do.
your kids with you when you go?
No.
No?
They're too young.
Dang.
Like,
Oh, yeah, they're 7 and 10.
yeah, they're too young.
not
They like, if I spent the money to take them, I'm probably going to get ridiculed for this, but if I spent the money to take them, they're not going to remember it. What I'm
That's
going
true.
to remember is having to cope with tantrums or I don't want this or I don't like that or whatever. Like I want them to be able to be old enough to appreciate the
Appreciate it,
things.
yeah.
Because it takes away from my experience too.
Yeah, you don't
So,
enjoy it as much.
No. Mm-mm.
That's how we feel. We're going to take the kids to Disneyland or Disney World,
Yeah.
but they're too little.
How old are they?
5 and 10. So
Aw.
the 5-year-old, she's going to complain, I'm tired, pick me up.
They have strollers there.
Well, yeah, but I'm tired, I need a nap, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We'll wait till they're a little older.
Yeah.
It'll be good. What's in the future for you? What's any upcoming events?
Yes.
Anything going on?
It's definitely going to be summits and retreats.
Summits?
We're working on a podcast, which is why I was
Awesome.
asking
Oh,
you
okay.
about the podcast
Nice.
recording. The Unstoppable SheEO podcast is
Oh, that would be cool.
in works.
Nice.
So yeah,
What made you want to do that? Just
the Unstoppable SheEO.
Mhm.
Just looking back at
the
things
podcast.
the podcast.
Yeah, the podcast.
I love talking with people just like you.
Yeah.
I love hearing their stories, where they came from, why they're doing what they're doing. I
I
love that.
feel like you do a little better than me.
Oh, stop it. No, not at all.
No, it's fun. I love talking to people and meeting people and building those connections,
Yeah.
It's always fun. And then the next summit you said, where's the next one?
We're working on Dallas right now.
Dallas. Okay. And is it how many speakers and all that? Just
We don't have that quite laid
Okay.
out. We do have 3,
okay.
but I can't say anything about that. One of them that we are waiting to hear back from. This is super crazy, but she actually got abducted by Somalian pirates.
Somalian? I think you said
Yes.
aliens.
No, not aliens. She got abducted by aliens. No, Somalian pirates.
Say
Yeah.
it to that camera so I can clip it.
Say what?
That she got abducted by aliens.
She got abducted by aliens.
That's funny. No, Somalians.
Yes.
Oh wow, she's
Yeah.
gonna speak about it. And all that?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah,
Well, I
and
mean,
then
it's not cool that he got abducted. But,
no,
you
not
know,
that,
yeah.
but she gets to tell her story. She's
Yeah.
alive. She's alive.
Crazy story, too.
Yeah. And then in Amarillo, do you plan on doing anything
We're going to be doing it next year.
next year?
Yeah.
You're gonna try to do once a year, or
People ask me that.
Yeah.
I didn't have, here I am, motivational confidence coach, right? But I didn't have the confidence behind that people wanted it, that they wanted it back or anything. But like the more people that are still talking about it to this day, and here we are, like, what, 4 months away
Yeah.
from it? Like, they're still talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so this is something that you guys actually really liked.
I think Amarillo needs it.
Yeah.
I really do. And then if maybe you can throw some men in there, like
Yes,
Gary
but
Vee
like,
or something,
oh,
that'd be awesome.
He would be like, pay me 500,000. Like, I don't have that.
There's gonna be 200 people.
Like, you're gonna have to come for free, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
that'd be cool.
but we have actually, I mean, you can, let's talk about this then.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to transition to speak to the male side because it does say unstoppable SheEO. Like, that is trademarked.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So you got
obviously
your
we could
specific
like,
niche. Yeah.
it could be under the unstoppable SheEO, but like a different type of summit. But like,
The unstoppable CEO and whatever.
yeah, you think?
I think so.
I
I don't know.
because I think like me and my husband, like we have an incredible marriage, like so good. We just know how to speak life into people or into ourselves and do life really well. Like, he's still my best friend. We've been together for 13, 14 years.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. And I would love to have the ability to have men and women there where we are talking about marriages and life and things like that. But I
Y'all
think,
together?
yeah,
Oh, that'd be
and
cool.
other men and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, men just kind of intimidate me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think
you're
it's
not the first one to bring up.
Yeah, I think it's something Amarillo needs. That's why I want to do the podcast, because just something different. Where I feel like we're so behind.
You do? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I mean,
do.
I do too. But
Yeah, I just feel like that's awesome. Like what you're doing. It's I've seen social media and stuff, and you're doing some good things.
Oh, thank you.
It's awesome.
Thanks.
Anything else you want to plug in? Your social medias, anything like that?
Yeah, you could follow me on Instagram on its dot Brit, Brit dot Nicole.
Nicole. Okay.
You can follow me there, and I'm also on TikTok, all the things.
And then on TikTok, it's the same.
Same exact thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Facebook.
Yeah, well, Facebook, yes.
Not
I'm
as
not
much.
as active on Facebook. I am for my photography, but not
Okay. For
the
speaking.
motivational speaking stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that going?
I have not done anything with it with the motivational side. It was there for posting all of my destination work.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
It's in the works, maybe.
Yes, it's one of the things that's written down on
That's
the board. So
No, Brittany. Well, I just want to thank you for coming in.
thank
You're
you for
awesome.
having me.
I could keep
Thanks.
talking about. I love listening to like positivity. You know,
Aw.
it's awesome. I look up to what you're doing.
Thank you.
Eventually, I want to maybe do something like that.
Yeah.
Motivational speaking, things like that. But again, thank you for coming in, and maybe we can do this again later on.
Absolutely.
Sound good?
Thanks for having me.
All right, thank y'all.
Bye.
All right, hustlers. We'll see y'all next time.